Celeste, you've been here all morning. Again. Just finishing this chapter about ancient civilizations, father. Did you know that some cultures believed books could hold souls? I've read fascinating treatises on economic theory. Theory is not practice, my dear. But none dare enter, for the beast that guards it has too many eyes and a voice like rustling pages. Excuse me, what tower? Nonsense. Books are just paper and ink. You should be learning practical skills, diplomacy, economics, and sword fighting. Books teach all of that and more. Every story is a lesson, every poem a new way of seeing the world. Scales of parchment, feathers of quill tips, and a voice that speaks in 1,000 different stories at once. Where is this tower? Your Majesty, Princess, the council is waiting for the budget review. You see? Real responsibilities. Come, Celeste. Can't we discuss the budget here? And they say the old tower beyond the woods holds the greatest library ever assembled. It's more beautiful than I imagined. What brings you to my sanctuary of stories, Princess? I loved learning more than anything, more than food, sleep, or companionship. But with each book I absorbed, I changed. My body became a library, my mind a catalogue of every tale ever told. I know the love stories, but have never loved. I know adventures, but have never lived one. But you have all the knowledge in the world. Knowledge without experience is just words. A sorceress offered me the ultimate gift, the ability to absorb every book I touched, to know all stories instantly. That sounds wonderful. I can't touch it. I'll absorb it, and then it will be gone from the world. Then I'll read it to you. Read to me? To experience the suspense, the surprise, the joy of not knowing what comes next. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far away. I remember those words. But hearing them, it's different. How? When I absorb stories, they become facts. About a scholar who loved knowledge so much that he became a library. Go on. But he learned that stories are meant to be shared, not hoarded. And that the most important story of all is the one you write with someone else. About loneliness and friendship. About the difference between knowing a story and living one. I wouldn't know how to begin. Once upon a time. Not by absorbing it, but by living it, sharing it, creating it. You would do that? Give up your comfortable life to help a monster organize a library? Why? Because I'm starting to forget the stories. When you're here, when we talk, when we share tales, the absorbed books are fading from my mind. Here, I'm free. But you'd become a creature like me. Then we'd be creatures together. And maybe that's better than being human alone. I'd rather spend my life surrounded by stories with you than in any palace without you. What's happening? This isn't what I expected. And they're needed here. Celeste, I need to tell you something. The curse can be broken. How? You were never meant to carry all these stories alone. Because I'm not hoarding them. We're sharing them. I remember my real name now. Sebastian. Sebastian. It suits you. Celeste, what do we do now? I'm human again. And I can feel them, all the stories, but not as a burden. As a gift. We teach people that stories are meant to be shared, not hidden away. And they lived. Curiously ever after. Young man, if you've been keeping my daughter here, together? Always together. Celeste. We've been searching for days, stops, seeing the organized library. What is this place? And I'm choosing to make this my life's work. Princess, the knowledge here, it could benefit the entire kingdom. Exactly. We're going to create a university. She doesn't need to be taken care of, Your Majesty. But I'll gladly share every story, every adventure, every day with her. Ready to write our own story? A place where anyone can come to learn, to share stories, to discover that knowledge grows when it's shared. If someone chooses to stay with me willingly, to share the burden of all these stories, the curse will release me from being their sole guardian. But when you read them, they become alive. No. I absorb them whole. I know the ending the moment I touch the beginning. What's that? You know every story that's ever been written. But have you ever tried writing one yourself? I couldn't. No. You don't understand what you're saying. You'd be trapped here forever, changed forever. I don't know who I am without all these stories. But the cost, actually, Your Majesty, I know quite a bit about economics. And education systems. And, well, most things. We'll make it work, Father. Knowledge pays for itself. You're serious about this. Your Lexicon. You're the person who tells me about lost kingdoms and star collectors. You're a scholar who made a mistake and got trapped by it. Second, this isn't giving up my life, this is finally finding it. What do you mean? In the palace, I was just the bookish princess. Here, with you, I'm a storyteller, a writer, a keeper of knowledge. I've never been happier. You're the one who writes about sharing stories rather than hoarding them. I'm just a repository of other people's words. But you experience stories now. You feel them when I read to you, when you tell them to me. Maybe it's time to create your own. But I know every story. They say it contains every book ever written, and some that haven't been written yet. Every book? Then you're not just a guardian of stories, you're a keeper of lost things. I never thought of it that way. Tell me another. This is the most wonderful place I've ever seen. Most people find my appearance disturbing. Ah, princess. The Forgotten Tower was built by the scholar wizard Erasmus centuries ago. Though I once had a human name, long ago. What happened to you? There was once a kingdom where music was forbidden, because the king feared that songs would make people dream of other lives. That's beautiful. I've never heard that one. But the guardian, they say he's neither man nor beast, but something made of stories themselves. Lexicon, when you tell stories instead of just knowing them, you sound different. Different how? More like yourself. He absorbs every tale, every poem, until his body can't contain them all. Has anyone actually seen him? Those who glimpse him flee in terror. Too many eyes, they say. Princess, surely you don't mean to, where? Here lies the sum of all knowledge, guarded by one who knows all tales. You must be the guardian. I'm Celeste. You're not screaming. Should I be? You're surrounded by books. Anyone who protects this many stories can't be all that disturbing. What's your name? I am called Lexicon now. I was a scholar. I thought so too. Good morning, Lexicon. You returned. I brought something for you. A book? Do you know what it feels like to discover a story for the first time? Then let me give you that gift. Your turn. Tell me a story I've never heard. It's from a book that was lost in a fire 3 centuries ago. I'm the only one who remembers it now. This one is about a girl who collected stars in glass bottles. I have an idea. What would I write about? Once upon a time, there was a man who thought he could hold all the world's stories inside himself. Is that any good? It's perfect because it's yours. Lexicon, what's wrong? You need to stop coming here. Is that bad? I don't know. I've been a living library for so long, but what if I lose everything? What if all the knowledge disappears? Then we'll rebuild it. Together. First of all, you're not a monster. But your father, your duties, my duty is to use my gifts where they're needed most. You mean? You would absorb half the stories. You would become like me, part human, part library. I'll do it. Trapped? Lexicon, I've been trapped my whole life in a palace where no one understood my love of learning. You really mean it? I've never meant anything more. The curse wasn't about sharing the burden. It was about sharing the joy. You're not changing like I did. Now we open this library to the world. Father, this is the greatest library in the world. And this is Sebastian, the most knowledgeable scholar alive. Your Majesty. No one kept me here, Father. I chose to stay. A university? More serious than I've ever been about anything. And you'll take care of her? Once upon a time, there was a princess who loved books and a scholar who learned to love sharing them.